For 16 years, I lived a lie. I woke up early, worked long hours, paid for piano lessons, braces, family vacations, birthdays, all the while thinking I was building a life for my family. My wife, Lena, was the love of my life. We met in college, married young, and had our daughter, Emily, not long after. She was my world. Her first word was Dada, and I cried like a child. I remember every school recital, every scraped knee. I even coached her soccer team. I was proud to be her dad, until the day I learned I wasn't. The beginning of the end. It started with a rumor. I was out with some old friends when one of them, who worked at the same company as Lena, made a joke I didn't understand. Something about her having history with a guy named Brian in accounting. I laughed it off him at first. Lena had never given me a reason not to trust her, but that night I asked about it. She froze, then said, "That was a long time ago, before Emily." I asked her again, "Was it really before Emily?" She got defensive, changed the subject. That night I couldn't sleep, the test that shattered me. Something in my gut said, check. I felt guilty even thinking about it. Emily was my daughter. I loved her. But the timing of her birth and Lena's odd reaction, it wouldn't let me rest. I ordered a DNA kit. I told myself I was just being paranoid. The results came back 3 weeks later. 0.00% probability of paternity. I sat there staring at the paper, unable to breathe. I wasn't her father. The confrontation. When I confronted Lena, she didn't deny it. She cried, said it was a one-night stand, that she was confused, that she thought I was infertile at the time, and Brian was just a mistake that she never thought would catch up to her. She begged me not to tell Emily, said I was the only dad she's ever known. But all I heard was 16 years of lies. She let me raise a child that wasn't mine. She robbed me of the truth, of the choice, and she would have let me go to my grave thinking Emily was my blood. My brutal revenge. I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I didn't even cry. Instead, I got smart. I contacted a lawyer. I had Lena served with divorce papers. I filed for paternity fraud in our state. Since I could prove Lena knowingly misled me, I had grounds to recover thousands in back child support, medical bills, and education costs. I sent a copy of the DNA test to Brian, her former lover, now married with 2 kids of his own. His wife called me the next day. Turns out Lena wasn't his only affair. The fallout was nuclear. Lena was disowned by her ultra-religious family, who believed she'd married me after getting pregnant to do the right thing. Brian's marriage imploded. His wife cleaned out their accounts and filed for divorce. And me, I walked away. Emily. Here's the part that hurts the most. I never told Emily the truth. At 16, she was already going through enough. She adored me, and I didn't have the heart to tear her world apart. I left the decision with Lena. Tell her eventually, or live with the guilt. She never did, as far as I know. I moved to another state, started a new job, and began rebuilding my life. I send Emily a birthday card every year. No return address, no signature. Just a little note that says, "I'll always care, even if I was never really yours." The lesson: people think betrayal is about the moment it happens. But they're wrong. Betrayal is about every day afterward. The days they smiled in your face, accepted your love, and kept the secret while you gave your whole heart. I wasn't just cheated on. I was robbed of truth, robbed of identity, robbed of fatherhood. And yet, through all that, I don't regret loving Emily. Because while Lena lied, my love was real.